Alright, welcome in everybody. Thanks for stopping by today. We are going to go over Rise of Kingdoms, which shows up in the InboxDollars bounty program. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible with the goal of sharing some of the things that maybe would have helped me to reach my goals faster and to reach more of them. So this one I did quite a while ago, so a lot of this is just going off of memory. I lost the screenshots that I had, but this bounty does pop up on and off in the InboxDollars store or bounty area. Offers, there we go. Offers was the word I was trying to think of. So, if you run across it, should you do it? And my answer is if you only like to play solo games, and you prefer to do this or to do these, on your downtime, don't want to interact with people, this probably is not the best game for you then, as this is a very heavy emphasis on PvP and the social aspects of the game. So when you hop in, you choose your civilization, and at least as of right now, or the time of this recording, the Mayans, Romans, and Chinese, I believe, all have building boosts to them. I don't know how much higher they are, but every little bit counts. And when you're doing the bounties, it's either power and or city hall related so far. They may introduce new ones later, I don't know. But for now, that's what it's been. So yeah, you get in here, you choose your civilization, and right away, I tried to do it solo, and it was a horrible experience. And it wasn't a whole lot better when I joined my first alliance. But you want to join an alliance sooner rather than later. It grants you protection. I got burned out of 3 different alliances. We got attacked by people who much stronger power, knew how to play the game, very active, had Discord channels, and I lost so many resources and so much time because of that. So, if you want to do these, jump in, get into the social areas, find a good alliance. Pick one that speaks your language is my recommendation, because at least as of now, if it's predominantly a language you don't speak, there's not a mass translate button, so you have to translate every single message individually. When everyone's talking, that's difficult. So I would pick one of those 3 Roman, Chinese, or Mayan civilizations just for the building boost. I didn't know any of that. I went with the Byzantine one. So yeah, get started, jump in there. You also get a lot of perks, be able to do a lot of events when you're in with your alliance. So once that happens, you're going to be focusing on building. And I don't want to say to be, like, if you're part of an alliance, you need to contribute, but don't be afraid of being a little selfish with your resources, because as much as you might want to do other events and donate resources, donate troops, hunt barbarians, whatever you're doing, it will keep you from reaching those top end goals if they give those to you. When I did this, I want to say it was to get to City Hall 26, 15 million power, 14 million power, something like that. And yeah, I played for about an hour a day for months straight, pretty regularly, an hour a day. And this is as far as I got. So don't be afraid of being a little bit selfish with those resources. Even if you tell your alliance when you join that, hey, I'm doing this InboxDollars thing, or misplay, this should work. All these tips should work for misplay as well. Just tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm here. I'm going to be playing for this long at least, and if I like it, maybe I'll be staying. If I don't like it, I may only be here for 30 days. That way they know, and hopefully they'll be cool with you kind of holding back, and maybe they'll even help you, because you can, once you reach a certain point, you can share resources back and forth. So they may be able to speed things up for you. All right. All right, let's move on to the building aspect. How do you get your buildings to go as quickly as possible, get them as high as possible? So you're going to start out with one builder, and you'll have the opportunity to either, I think you can unlock them at level 4 VIP. Let's see if it'll show us here. VIP point, we'll get to VIP. I don't want to get too far ahead. Maybe you don't unlock them here, at least not now. So you may have to pay for it. If your bounty's high enough that it might make sense for you to spend $1 or $2 to unlock that second builder, because that is going to be one of the biggest roadblocks to you reaching those levels. So tip number 1, keep that 1 or 2 builders as busy as you can. So have them building constantly, but selectively as well. I would recommend maybe setting a timer based off of how long the building is going to take, so you can log back in quick, start them on another building, and keep that going. So what do I mean by selectively? Well, to upgrade your city hall, you don't have to have everything upgraded to the level of your hall. So if you're at level 5, you don't have to have all of these to level 5, and it's a huge resource and time drain to try and get them all there. So let's just take a quick look. If I want to go up to City Hall 17, what do I need to do? You can click on here, and it'll give you your targets. Okay, I need a wall, so we'll go to the wall. Can I upgrade this? Nope, I need to do the tavern. Tavern, can I do that? Oh, nope, quarry. And you just keep doing this. It'll take you step by step. You'll eventually find the beginning point. And, you know, quick update that one, then go on to the next one and the next. You will get some speed ups, and I think if I were doing this again, I would, even though the building times and training times aren't that much to start with, I think I would still use them early on and just get as high as I can, as fast as I can, so that I can do more in the game. Some of the events and alliance stuff can give you really good rewards, so yeah, being a higher power might help balance things out and give you even more resources to do more. I should bring up, I am on an emulator right now. You do need to do this on a mobile or tablet device for InboxDollars. As far as I know, that's the only way that they allow you to do them. This was just an easier way to do the recording. So this is the same account. I just logged in on an emulator instead of going on the tablet. So I think that's all for building. You got to keep the resources flowing, keep the builders building, and be selective about what you're upgrading. The next thing, well, let's go to research quick. This is another thing you're going to want to have going all the time if you can. Again, be selective, because you don't have to necessarily have all of these maxed out to move to the next tier. Eventually you will, but not right away. So here in the economic technology, I went here, just to unlock masonry, because building speed is up by 15%. You'll need to, again, do all these. The cool thing here, okay, before I get ahead of myself, let's go down here. I did the same thing with the troops. I decided which troops I was going to go for first based off of the bounties, and then I just upgraded these to the point where I could get to the next level that I needed. Okay. A trick with this, outside of keeping it busy, going all the time, is using your scouts. So when you send your scouts out, they're going to find villages, they're going to find caves, other could be sacred sites, and all sorts of other stuff that doesn't really matter for this. Um, and sometimes, with those villages and caves, you will get free blueprints that will automatically unlock one of these tiers for you. So, if there's 5 steps, you might get a blueprint that says, hey, you get to go up 1 level. And those those are crazy, crazy useful. It saves so much time. Okay. Alright, next let's talk about troops, because first of all, building power of all your buildings, all those buildings, will give you some power level, which is up here at the top. Okay. So just building, researching, that all counts. Troops are another one. Again, keep them training. Get in there, keep them training just like you would do with the building and research. Keep them going as much as you can. You'll need them. And every batch that you do will count towards your overall power, which should go towards some of those goals for the bounties. And again, as your troops get to higher tiers, they take forever to train. So, just before you go to bed at night, if you can hop in there and be like, hey, I need to gain some more power quick, let's get those guys training, and when you wake up, you'll have full camp so you can start the process over again. So, alright, we covered buildings, we covered troops. What else do we want to talk about? We talked about the Alliance a little bit. Again, don't be afraid to be a little selfish. Hopefully they'll understand. Sometimes if you just tell them up front, they're cool with it. Use those speed ups. I think I would go ahead and use them early. And what else can we cover here? I think that's all the major tips I have for you right now. Oh, we should go over commanders. That's what we should do. So, down here, there's a couple of things in here we'll talk about. Commanders also count towards your power. So, for me, I didn't have a plan with these guys. I just picked one that I wanted. High level guy. And just threw my resources at him. There are people on YouTube who play this game a ton who can help you decide better about how to upgrade them so that they benefit your troops better. So if you're doing a lot of PvP stuff, a lot of events, that may be worth your time to watch a YouTube video or two and upgrade them accordingly. They have some cool lore and stuff too that you can get into. So yeah, let's turn this down a little bit just in case that's too loud. I'll try and balance the audio out as best I can later. What was the other thing? Oh, campaign will also give you some decent rewards if you can keep up with it. I kind of choked out here because I just didn't have enough power to keep things rolling. But you get some decent rewards if you can do it. There's stores where you could spend some of these. You'll get new troops or new commanders. You can buy speed ups. So it's worth it. Keep an eye on these. Keep going with them. Same here. Items, you'll get all sorts of speed ups. You will find VIP points, which will be helpful, and we didn't talk about that. I think the VIP points, I don't remember exactly how you get those. I think they come from some of the secret caves that your scouts will find. And as you go up in VIP levels, you get a lot of bonuses. So I made it to level 7. I did spend a few dollars, not a bunch, but a little bit. Made sense to reinvest for me to reach those higher tiers of rewards. So research speed goes up. Second building, oh, here's the builder at level 7. So I think you can buy him before that, but if you don't buy him, you kind of have to wait till here to get him. Gathering speeds, the productions, it's all worth it. So if you want to spend a little money to reach your goals, it's not a terrible idea. It'll probably pay off if you just keep it at a couple of dollars. Otherwise, getting to this point for free is going to take a lot. It's not going to be easy. If you open these chests, you do get, for consecutive days, you do get some VIP points, but it won't get you here for free. Let's see what we get for the exclusive chests. Alright, so we get resources, we get XP for our commanders, and the statues are for upgrading your commanders' power levels as well. So you want to keep up on that. If you just follow along in here, you'll get a lot of resources, and it'll kind of lead you through what needs to be done next. And it's a decent way if you don't know anything about the game. You know, if they say do this, go ahead and just do it. You'll get some rewards for it. Lots of side quests, as you can see. Here we can see what we get for this. Resource chests. Resources. Those will come in handy. You'll need them. So go ahead and keep up with those. You want to make sure that you're keeping, collecting the resources you have. Let's see, what else? You want to keep your hospitals upgrading and keep everyone healed and healthy so you don't lose any troops. That if you lose troops in a battle, in PvP especially, you'll lose a couple here and there with barbarians and stuff as well. But that will decrease your power. So that's another reason to join a good alliance, if you can, is to keep yourself from, losing a few 100,000 power because your entire army got wiped out overnight when you couldn't do anything about it. So, let's see. See if I can back out a little bit here. I think that's about it. You could send your guys out to gather stuff. Here, I would highly recommend that you don't send defensive troops with unless it's a crazy PvP kingdom that you get put in. If you send out any of these battering ram or ballistas and even horsemen, they carry the most, what do they call it? They have the most load to carry, or capable of carrying the most load. And you don't need these guys when you're fighting barbarians or doing general raids. The only time these things come in handy is when you're attacking other cities, outposts, or barbarian camps. Then they're kind of useful. Otherwise, they're kind of a waste of space. So use these guys to do your collecting. Some of the commanders will have gathering bonuses to them. Like here, got 79% gathering for rock or quarrying, mining. Maybe mining's the best word for that. I think that's food. And then march speed, yeah, here we go. Wood gathering, 79. Stone, 80. Gold, 79. So it's worth paying attention to who you send where. Alright, well, I think that's everything that I can think of for the moment. This is already getting really long. If you really like the game, there are YouTubers out there that cover this game really in depth, so it's worth checking those guys out. If there's anything you want from me, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will do my best to find the information for you, make a follow-up video, whatever I can do to help you guys. So if this sounds and looks like a game you'd enjoy, keep an eye out. It might pop up again in the InboxDollars if it's not there now. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe for more guides. I'm going to be doing as many of those games as I can, like as I go through them, and I will make the mistakes and then try and share how not to make those mistakes. And if you're inclined to give InboxDollars a try and you haven't already, there'll be an affiliate link in the comments below or in the description. If you use that link, we each get, I think it's $3 for free, basically. And I think you need $5 to cash out right now. So it's like we each get $3 towards our next cash out experience. So, not necessary, but it's there if you want it. So, good luck with your bounties. Hopefully something in here helped, and I will catch you on the next one.